Now, to create a basis for the image of T, what we want to look at is we're looking at the span of the set T v1, T v2, T. Oh, that was weird. T v3. Now, this span, we want to create a basis for this span. So we want to look at everything this set spans and remove any redundant vectors. And as we explored before, if we look at the row reduced echelon form of our linear combination, removing any vectors corresponding with a free variable allows us to create basis. And this here, we also set up using A TV1 plus B TV2 plus C TV3. And we can see that C is the free variable. And A and B are the basic variables. So our image is going to equal the span. And we're going to remove the redundant vector C, and we're just going to be looking at we're going to the column space is going to equal the span of just our first two vectors, which is 3, 1 and 2, 1. Okay. But now we're going to convert these using the bases beta to create our image. So 3, 1 is our first vector, but that's our VT of V1 represented using beta. Well, that gives me 3 times the standard first basis plus 1 times the standard second basis, which is equal to 3, 1. And my second vector is going to give me 2e1 plus 1e2, which gives me 2, 1. So now my span is going to equal my image of T is going to equal the span of 3, 1, 2, 1. That's my image. When we get the column space, we don't quite have the image. What we have is we have the coordinates vectors of the image, or the coordinates vectors of a basis for the image. And we need to convert those coordinates vectors back into what they represent in W in order to create a basis for the image of T. And finally, what is the dimension? The dimension of the image of T is equal to 2, and this is called the rank T. Now, one thing to note, the nullity equals the dimension of the solution space of T alpha beta 0 beta, which is equal to the number of free variables. Whereas the rank equals the column space or equals the dimension of the column space of T alpha beta 0 beta, which equals the number of basic variables. We'll go through many more examples this